Hi everyone, welcome back to the channel. My glasses so green. Sorry for that, the lighting, and we're nighttime.
In today's video, we're going to talk about, how we go about doing setting up our goals in order for us to achieve, financially anyway.
Yep.
If you guys starting in the journey of, doing the FIRE movement, it's bound to be very daunting, and there's a lot of different, a lot of information that you're bound to be taking, and sometimes it can get really overwhelming.
I think it's not only for FIRE movement,
yeah.
Or is anyone trying to save some money aside? Because what we found out in general, or when we started to save at the beginning, we were like, okay, I need to save more money. I spend too much money. I need to start saving. Full stop.
That's the general point of it anyway, to minimize the expenditure and to increase your income. However, at a certain point, once you figure out bits and pieces, you realize that I need to take this a lot more serious. Yes. We did that, the pivot point is actually when we had our first child. That's when I have to, be an adult. Like actually being a parent, I was like, okay, so I gotta be really, really, really careful with my finances. And how I go about doing it is actually having a certain goals. A goal itself can get really, cloudy with no clear destination unless you have a very smart goal.
Yeah.
So in this video, we're talking about smart and goals. In instance, well, most companies where you're bound to be working, they're bound to have these certain goal settings. Yeah, wherever department that you're working in, I'm sure they're bound to have a goal setting.
Yes.
You work in sales at one stage.
Long time ago.
So
yeah. How many do you need by what time? And you have to increase certain of a percentage. And this month it should be a big sale. You should have such and such number.
And if you don't work towards it, you're pretty much going clueless wherever you want to go.
Going aimlessly.
Yeah.
You're just doing something and without knowing where you're going and why am I doing it.
Yeah. So for us, I will give you guys an example of it in this video anyway. But when we first started, we were overwhelmed.
We're just save money.
Save money. I don't know how much it is, but we just have to save it.
No, we never. I think just lately we're being more specific, put it on the whiteboard. Yeah. How much do we need, by what time, and all those stuff, and little steps.
Yeah, little steps. Like, for example, we've got one as in saving, you just read a few hours ago.
Yep.
So you're asking me, what is that? That's like my personal goal. Each one of us have its own personal goal, but that's my personal one.
It's not your personal goal, it's in my bank account.
Well, yeah, it's
our goal. And I don't understand your handwriting. What number is that? What's that mean?
Yeah, so we have like a generic one for the both of us that we're supposed to be doing, but this is targeted for me. I'm just gonna hounding to that as quickly as I can. So if you haven't heard before, and if you guys new to being a goal setting anyway, if you're setting up a goal, and if you don't know what these acronyms all mean, I will write them down in the description also, and you can read them from there. So the main concept of it is actually just being smart goals. That's what we do.
Yeah.
With our finances, with us as a family.
I think anything you have to be smart.
And it's hard to get used to in the beginning anyway. And I'm sure I'm not the only one.
No, because when we first started, I'm doing this at work already. Why do I have to do it personally? It's just double of the work.
Yeah.
But if a company doing it, I'm sure there's a reason why the company is doing it, because it works.
Yeah, and it works for them. And why not copy them? Copy, I guess, in a business world, and apply it in your personal life.
Correct.
So smart objective or smart goals. The first one will be obviously being specific. As an example would be, I want to save $4,000.
For
that's as a goal and example. Like to us, that's a lot much. That's just too generic.
Yeah.
So that's not specific enough.
Yeah.
Like, okay.
Because for a lot of people, saving $4,000 may be a lot. Like,
Yeah.
depends on your income, depends on your expenses. So everyone is different. So what you have to do is just spread that $4,000. When do you need it? And how are you going to do it?
Now, the other one would be, after specific, would be measurable. Like, how are you going to measure this? How you expect to get that $4,000? An example, is it within the 12 months, 2 years, 5 years, within 2 weeks? So you need to have some sort of like end goal.
The time frame.
Yeah. The other one would be, is it attainable? So being whatever it is that you're doing, for example, let's say if you're only working part-time, can you save that money within that time frame, as an example? And is it really realistic based on your income, based on your goal or your expenditure? Is that going to be realistic with the setting that you're trying to achieve?
Yeah, let's say if your income is 1,000 a week and you want to save 4,000 in a month, I don't think it's achievable.
Yeah, because you're bound to have and calculate
Living cost.
your expenses on that.
Yes.
Okay. And the last one will be time bound, as in being, do you want that within a week, within a month, within 3 months, a year, and whatever time frame that you're going to do. So instead of you just writing it down, oh, I want to save money, or I want to increase income, or I want to create a side hustle. So you need to be a lot more deep down specific. What is it that you're doing?
How, when, what can I do?
So okay, then as an example, based on that $4,000, what would you write?
4,000. When do we need it? Let's say 4,000 for us, maybe 3 months.
I'll give my one. It would be, let's say, in 12 months.
Okay, 12 months. 4,000 by the end of the day you started. You have to put a specific day.
That's right.
Let's say 31st of December and the year. You have to put it on the day. If you don't do it, you will forget. Next.
Yep. And then how would you? I'll put down the execution. How I actually do it.
How? If you depends on if you want to add extra income, if you're going to get more side hustles, for example, driving for Uber or pet sitting or anything extra income. One, or the other way, you can cut down your cost. Go through your living expenditure and see what you can cut it down.
That's it.
See how much you can cut, and if you can cut for 4,000, and how long does it take?
And what is it that you're using that money for? Maybe that money is for...
Is it a need or a want?
Maybe you want to use it for a holiday, so you write it down. Okay, then I want to have $4,000 in my bank account, my holiday bank account, within, what are we in July 2021, so within 12 months, so 2022 July, or on the 1st of July 2022, is it to be more specific. And then to do that, possibly be like, I'm going to save, $80 per week, which I did a calculation, it's just under $80 per week to get $4,000 within 12 months. And then you should also write it down. Well, how am I going to execute that? What you've done so
pack your
far.
own lunch, cut down coffee.
Yeah,
that's it.
The bits and pieces like that.
Stop buying takeaway.
And you needed to write it down specific enough, like that way you can actually read them somewhere in a regular basis. We actually write them in our mirror. So we in our office we actually write it down in our mirror, and every couple of weeks or so, I check in to make sure that we're on track. Especially for us at the current stage, would be increasing our
emergency fund.
To a certain level, because we just paid off our mortgage. So I check in. Where are we at today? We just did that today.
Well, and the thing is, keep you motivated is you set a day, and then I'm well on track, or I'm just way
under track.
It's
a report card. It's like, okay, do I have to go a little bit more faster? Do I have to increase my saving, or can I just chill a bit? You know what, this week I'm not going to save $80. Maybe I'm only going to do $20 because certain things happen in life. And you can adjust that accordingly based on your style. Everyone's is a bit different. There's some people out there who is like really go-getter, and there's people out there that just, you know what, I just want to chill, sit back,
but
relax.
I think they still have the date to set, otherwise you'll delay, procrastinate.
Well, for me, like, you don't have to be like, if you set down the date. Now sometimes I realize this to myself, I put down a date, and then if it go before the date, it feels so good. But if it goes beyond the date, don't I guess be disappointed on that. You know, like say if you put down July 2022, which is next year, but instead of July, maybe it become delayed into September. Don't be hard on yourself. Don't discourage. I'll look at that and guess, okay then, so there's maybe certain things happen throughout that 12 months that is out of your control. You know, pretty much at least you made your goal. At least you achieved something within that 12 months, even though it's a little bit delayed. So yeah, and that's how I see it. Some days when we achieve our goals, like, oh, okay, this is great. Now what?
Next one. That's why you need to have a long-term goal, short-term goal, and how are you going to tackle them? That's what we do. We have a 5
We have a 5, 10 years, and 3 years, and yearly goal or so. What we need to do. This doesn't just go on our finances in our life, in, you know, as a family member. Throughout the years, bound to be certain things happen. We adjust it accordingly. So yeah, hopefully this will help you guys out in order for you to achieve your goal, and how you write down a small objective on your goals.
Oh, one more thing. I think you should put it in somewhere obvious. You can see it all the time. It works.
Yeah, like I remember when I was single, I put that in the bathroom while I was brushing my teeth, and I put it in my mirror there. So you know,
you remind yourself all the time.
Yeah, you read it at least twice a day minimum. When you go to the bathroom, brush your teeth, you read it just a little bit. You know, sometimes that kind of, just by reading it alone, it gives you that what is it, the back of your mind is like, okay, then if I need to save that, you know, $4,000 or something, and then when you go outside, let's say you want to go out and buy coffee, you sort of say no to that because you're like, oh, okay, I forgot. I
the
need
more
to save
I
an extra
spend,
this.
the longer that will take for you to save the money.
So that gives you sort of like a vision, a tunnel vision in a sense. So anyway, that's just our 2 cents, guys. Hopefully this video helps you guys in any way. If you do, don't forget to subscribe, comment, guys, and we'll see you
next time.
Bye.